Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I got a 3060 Ti. This is the LHR limited hash rate version, and we're just gonna open this thing up. I actually don't have a knife, so hang on just a sec. Okay, sorry for the background noise. I'm keeping the GPUs cool. It's a 20-inch like Lasco fan or something. It does a pretty good job. It uses 100 watts, which is, you know, how much that costs, like an electric, but it does the job. It keeps them down, like, you know, 5-6 degrees, or maybe 4 or 5 degrees cooler. I'm trying to keep this fresh. There we go. Not the best, but it's good. So, got this from OG 10K Tech. Check him out online. He does have a website. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he does have a website. He does online orders. He has an in-store pickup option. He's in Columbus, Ohio. So if you are near to there, that's great. OG 10K Tech. Old guy, 10 kids, tech, basically. So this is just some kind of pamphlet. Pretty nice, I mean, the bag, but nothing I really need. It's nice and crisp, cool. Okay, so I have a 3070 model of this card, twin edge, overclocked. I don't know exactly what that means as far as like performance, but that's cool. It's only one. Saves using more wires, more connectors. Nothing special here. Not sure the size of these fans, but this is dual fan. In comparison, that's a dual fan EVGA XC. So it's a little bit longer, and that's a 3 fan. I don't know if you can kind of line that up. So yeah, but we're gonna put this in here. This has a rig of like 7 up here and 2. They're all on separate power supplies. So I'm just gonna lay it on the table over here, get a riser, and we'll hook it up. That. First, we want to shut down everything, so I just turn the motherboard off, turn these power supplies off. That server power supply goes off when this one powers off. And I'm just going to turn the fans off so we have some kind of noise, some kind of freedom. Okay, so sorry for the lighting, but I'm going to put this in here. The tongue, this side, goes on the outside towards the I/O shield. So we'll just plop that in there. Let's get the USB undone. And hopefully this will reach to this power supply over here. I gotta get one of these cables or something. I gotta get them to reach. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what can be done. So that's in. Gonna have to probably chuck it up here. Okay, so then we get this. Plug that in. Okay, that's good. So it's an MSI or Asus Z390P. it can hold up to, there's 6 PCI slots, 2 M.2, so that's 8. But I put in a splitter or an adapter that goes from 1 to 4 USBs. You don't need the adapter piece when you put them in these. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 10 cards is the max on this specific Asus Z390P. And OG does have these in stock. I believe so. I think they're like 130 though, 129. So that is a 6-pin power. This is a mining, like, generic. It's actually from EVGA. OG 10K Tech has them. He had them like customized for mining. They just have 8 individual strands of 8 pins. Well, there's 6 plus 2 pins. These come apart with the 2 thing. Yeah. So they have 2 8 pins on 1 strand, and there's 8 strands. So a lot of PCIe. Then you have your other CPU and Molex and stuff like that. So I won't need those though. I'm just gonna need this. If I can get it. This will be the power for the card, which I'm gonna wrap around here. And to put the card in, pretty simple. You see the lip or the gap there? That's going to go towards the end here. Worst angle ever. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in. And you start with this end, put that in, and then rock it back, and it should click. And I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put this, but it's kind of blocking the wind force there. My fan set up. So maybe if I go like this, move that into here, something like that maybe, and then just turn my fan to kind of hit the avenue there, hit the old highway, something like that. Let's get this guy torqued a little bit. Okay, let's turn it on. So, USB and power, and then the power to the card. So, I'm going to turn on the power supply. The server has to go first because it has some cards on it. You always turn the motherboard power supply on last. Listen to that baby. That's the server power supply ramping up. So then we do the other external or separate power supply. Oh gosh. There, I didn't do that. There's a 8-pin in the way. Okay, let's make sure it's clear. Okay. So this goes on. Still hear something clicking. What is that clicking? Oh, this one. Yeah, so this gets a little out of hand when you got this many cards in a non-like frame. So I'm just gonna try to hook it around here. It's an MSI Ventus 3X. It's very plain. There's no RGB on it. It's just black. But it's a 3070. It stays kind of warm, but I think it's just because it's set up. I don't have much. The fan doesn't do much. Okay, so let's turn this back on. So that's running. Got that server power supply on. Then this one, which is powering these 3 cards. Give it a couple seconds, and then I boot up this. This is to the motherboard and some other cards on here. So that should fire it all up. So always do your power supplies that aren't connected to your motherboard, that have cards connected to the motherboard through the USB. Always do the motherboard one last. So these power up the other ones before the motherboard post. The ones that are connected to the motherboard post with the motherboard. These ones have to post before, or be powered on before the post. I don't know exactly how else to explain it. So we're just going to turn the fan on. We're going to go look at Hive. And I'm on Hive OS, which is an operating system for mining specifically. It's a Linux base. Shoot, gotta do this. Let me see here. No, I gotta do it. Okay.